Indian River County Sheriff's Department in 1981, which is the year that Walsh went missing and was murdered. Now, keep in mind, Indian River County is the county that now has her children. And they said that he had only been working there for 10 years prior, he started in 87, but I found out that he had actually worked in 1981. So Judge Meadows does have a known history with John Walsh and his family due to the fact of what happened with Adam Walsh in 1981, which therefore, and that right there should have made him recuse himself off of the case because of his history from working at the sheriff's department when Adam Walsh was murdered allegedly in 1981 and found in that county. And the two workers who testified on Meghan's behalf and spoke highly of Meghan, John was there for their testimony but left before the rest of the trial, even though he was told to stay for the trial since he was now a part of the case because of his testimony. And he got upset and he told CPS that he no longer wanted them people to pick up the children. So they took them two ladies off of the case and switched them to other people to supervise Meghan's visits. And then the day after court, when Meghan had a visit with the children, she only got to see the baby. John did not allow for her to see the older three children. And Meghan also had a friend who was there.
Excuse me. When does the foster parent get to decide whether or not the birth parents get to have their visitation? I thought that was up to the workers, not up to the parent. I mean, the foster parent.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. You know, John has the older three children. So basically, with us, if something happened with one of the children or whatever, and they would have to call us and tell us, that either one or both wouldn't be there that week and stuff. And there was nothing that we could do about it except wait until the following week to see our children. And I have also heard that at times that John has actually sit here and taken the children with him on his sets and literally not allowed Meghan to see her children because he was too busy taking the kids with him while he went filming for his new TV show, In Pursuit with John Walsh.
Right, and he was filming right before we went to court last time. He was down there filming with these same cops. I'm not saying those same individual, but I'm saying the same department and probably the same individual. I was Sunshine Sam sent me articles, and then people in Vero Beach were telling me they seen him down there filming. And then other people sent me articles too.
Actually, on the Indian River County Sheriff's Department website of them filming with John Walsh. And then, too, the sheriff of that department is Sheriff Flowers. Eric Flowers is his name. You can look up the man on YouTube, and he actually has a campaign that was funded by John Walsh. And in his video, it has John Walsh speaking clearly, and he's like, I'm backed by John Walsh. He's like, you should choose me to be your sheriff.
Here's one of these type videos.
We captured another one of Indian River County's most wanted fugitives.
Crime doesn't pay, but our partners at the Treasure Coast Crime Stoppers do.
If you know the whereabouts of a wanted person, please call 1-800-273-TIPS. That's 8477. Don't forget you can remain anonymous and possibly be eligible for a reward of $3,000.
We need your help putting bad guys behind bars.
Thanks to you, we captured another one of Indian River County's most wanted fugitives.
Crime doesn't pay, but our partners at the Treasure Coast Crime Stoppers do.
If you know the whereabouts of a wanted person, please call 1-800-273-TIPS. That's 8477. Don't forget you can remain anonymous.
And as I went into more details, I got to and Eric Flowers, who is there's a child advocacy committee through CPS. Eric Flowers sits on that committee as the what do you call him? Not whatever you want to call the cops. Law enforcement. There you go. He sits on as the law enforcement chairman for the committee of the boards because they have certain people from each department, like from CPS.
Okay, this is the Indian River County Board of Commissioners, and here's some meetings we can look at, but not right now. Okay, so here is the Children's Service Advisory Committee. Okay, and they're seeking volunteers to serve. Oh, Lord, if I lived there, I'd go serve. But you got to be somebody, I think, that's like involved in CPS or government already. Okay. Okay, so it says the Children's Service Advisory Committee identifies and assesses the needs of children in Indian River County. I'm going to put a link to this so you guys can look at it. It has an ordinance that needs to be looked into. Definitely. I've never looked this up before. I'm surprised I haven't. Weird date. Okay. All these ordinances. I need to look into all these ordinances, man. Okay, so, okay, you can be in there for 4 years, and let's see, who are 7 of the members are appointed by the County of Commissioners. The remaining voting members are appointed by their designated entity. The following categories are members of this board's positions: County Commissioner, Judge living in Indian River County, Superintendent, Department of Children and Families, Circuit 19, Community Development Administrator, Department of Health, County Department Advisor, Law Enforcement Officer. Okay, right here. So they have a choice to send one law enforcement officer to serve on this committee for up to 4 years. They have chosen the the sheriff, okay, which is Eric Flowers, who is also good friends with John Walsh, and who is also backed by John Walsh. His campaign has been. So he is on the same board that determines and helps make decisions about how CPS works in this county. Okay, so these are the voting members. Let's see if his name is listed here. There it is, right there. Sheriff Eric Flowers, Law Enforcement Officer. Okay, I'm going to put a link to this because, wow.
From law enforcement and so forth and so forth. He sits on that committee for the fact of him being the law enforcement chairman for the CPS committee that they have in that county, which is Indian River County. So when people think, that all this is fine and dandy, have eyes on it, this case still needs to be brought to the light.